Good morning, everyone. This is the Dark Raven Witch, and it is October 2nd. I wanted to sit down and record yesterday, being that it was the first day of October, but things got really busy and I didn't have time to do it. But I thought of something that I found kind of interesting about myself and about my practice and about being a witch during this time of the year, now that October has officially started. So I was sitting and looking out my window at the Halloween decorations that I set up every year. And I typically start my decorating inside the house right after the 4th of July. And that sounds really, really early. And I've always done this. And my kids are completely used to it. And as soon as the 4th of July is over, they're like, okay, are we going to get everything out and start decorating? Like, that's just the way that they've been raised. And I never really understood why I do that. So as I'm looking at the decorations that are outside, I'm thinking to myself, man, I still have a few odds and ends that I need to take care of. And I really have no desire to go out there and finish. So I know that I need to get everything done and up right before October 1st. And here's the reason why. I think that for me, personally, I don't get burnout from the year. I get this sense as soon as October 1 hits that I start to feel like I go into hermit mode a little bit, and that I'm ready to go a little bit. I'm ready to go dark, and I'm ready to go within, and I'm ready for the quiet that October brings, because we are going to be getting into the Witch's New Year, and that is a time for reflection of how everything has gone for you in your practice, what you want to change, what you think you did, what really worked, and what are some things that you want to add to it. So it's sort of a time of reflection. So I know that if I can't get everything up and running and going before October 1st hits, I'm pretty much done. I'm not going to do it anymore, because it's so busy as soon as October hits. It's like you're going to the pumpkin patch, or you're going to different parties, or you're getting together with your girlfriends and you're planning things for the Witch's New Year, or there's different parties that you're supposed to be attending, and it just feels so overwhelming and so busy that there's no room to breathe. And I think also leading up to October 1st, in my head, I think this is the time where, I'm going to be focusing more on home and hearth and cooking and baking and comfort and sitting and reading a book with a blanket and a candle and a cup of tea or a glass of wine, whatever. But you get so many things wrapped up in your head, like you want everything to be perfect because it is October. I mean, this is our season, right? Like, it's the spooky season, so it's the witches season, and there's so much buildup and there's so many things that are accumulating and piling up that sometimes it's just too much. And I think that as witches, we need to remember to slow everything down and sit back and enjoy the fruits of our labor. Sit back, enjoy all the things that you've put out to make your home feel ready for this upcoming season. The same thing can be said for Christmas time. It's the hustle and bustle, and nobody really sits down to enjoy the season. But I really start feeling that as soon as October 1st hits, and I just want to slow it down. So I think, as witches, we really need to, there's a witch's almanac that I buy every year. And some days I get to it, some days I don't. But it's just a little reminder, like a little devotional almost, every day of different things, different readings that you can relate to, or that can make you think about your craft a little bit deeper. It talks about different candles that are good for that day, different colors that are good for that day. So I think for myself, I really want to focus this year on the quiet and the stillness of October, because that is so important for us to take this time. This is the one time of the year that you can actually look back at everything you've accomplished or wanted to accomplish, maybe that you haven't gotten to, and make a list and put it together for the upcoming year. But with everything being so hectic and so busy, and with our preconceived notions of what it should look like, it gets lost sometimes. And then you sort of feel like you just want to shut out the world and go within, and you really can't figure out what it is that is the underlying cause of that feeling, because you almost feel like, as a witch, you almost sort of feel like you're doing a disservice to your practice, that maybe you're not being the best witch that you can because you just sort of don't want to deal with anything. And that really comes from all the expectations and the other aspects of our life that keep us from really regrouping and grounding ourselves in the month of October and what that really means. It's a very exciting time. It's, the most wonderful time of the year, right? But we really need to remember to take a minute and enjoy it. And that means to have everything finished. Don't have such high expectations. It's okay if I've made witches and put them out front and still haven't put their hats on them, even though I have them sitting on the kitchen table, and I just have no desire to go out there and get it done. I will do it, but it just is a reminder to me that it's okay to slow down, and it's okay if I never make it out there and put those witches' hats on. They sort of look like lollipops on a stick sitting in my front yard right now, but I'll get it done. I will get it done. But that's not going to be as important as taking time for ourselves as witches and to regroup and to catch our breath. And sometimes we just have to let certain things go and let go of the expectation of everything else and sort of navigate which things are more important. If your baking and cooking is beginning during this time because you want to make and feel cozy and warm and comfortable, then do that. But maybe just do that. Don't do 100 other things that will keep your mind running and you're trying to play catch up the entire time. So it's okay. It's okay to go within. It's okay to be quiet. It's okay to be still. It's okay to just sit and enjoy everything that you've done so far this year. So I just wanted to remind everyone that have a wonderful, beautiful October. I'll be talking about the Witch's New Year and what that entails and what that looks like and the history of that coming up. on some future podcasts. But until then, it's okay. Take your time, slow down, settle in, and get ready for a beautiful, beautiful season. Okay, everyone, this is the Dark Raven Witch, where witchcraft isn't just an aesthetic, but it's a way of life.